everybody. Welcome to the last episode 2020 of Sneakin' Some Science with Miss Mercury. I am so happy that you tuned in because boy, do I have a very, very festive episode for you. Today's topic is going to be festive energy. We're going to talk a little bit more about energy. We've talked about light energy in the past. You can definitely check out that old episode on light energy. But we're going to talk a little bit more about a lot of the light energy that I've been seeing recently because of the time of the year. We're going to be looking at electrical energy. To talk about electricity and electrical energy, first we want to make sure we know what electricity is. Electricity is a type of energy that flows through different kinds of systems to allow our gadgets and gizmos and the things that we use go. That electrical energy comes from a main source. Now, normally in our own homes, we access that energy through things in our walls called outlets. And through our walls, there are wires that attach to the outside of our homes or apartments. And those wires attach to street wires. And eventually, all of those wires end up being in some sort of energy plant or power plant. And there's a lot of different kinds of power plants. I challenge you to find your regional power plant. What kinds of energy does it produce?
I've got it.
Another type of energy, electrical energy that we use is a little different, but works very similarly, and we get it through batteries. So I have a couple of different batteries. We're going to be checking those out today, but sometimes we use batteries. Now, before we start, I want to let you know electricity is never, ever something that we want to play with. Make sure that you know what you are doing and that you have a grown-up around. Electricity can cause serious injury or even death, so be very, very careful. When we talk about circuits, which basically is when the electricity is able to run through from your power source, go through all these lights and go back again so they can all light up. We used to create our own mini circuits, and that's what you can do too. Now, first thing you need is a lab partner, and your lab partner should be a grown-up.
I feel it.
So find your grown-up. The second thing that you need to have is just an old set of holiday lights that doesn't work. You're going to need some scissors, or you can also have handy some wire cutters. So you'll also need a power source, and the power source that we're going to use is going to be a minimal power source. We're going to use batteries, and you also need to have some tape. So what I've done is I've actually cut out one of the light bulbs from the source, and I have left the wires really, really long. Our circuit really only needs three things. It needs a battery or a power source. It needs a conductor. In this case, it's going to be this wire inside. And because I need to know if it actually works, I'm going to add in a bulb. So let's see what happens. I'm going to connect one side of the wire to one side and hold my finger here. And then I'm going to take the other side of the wire and hold it right here. And look at that. The light bulb indicator is pink, so that I know that it's working. This isn't a very strong battery. It's not as bright as this one right here. So what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that the energy, the electricity that's going through my wall outlet is definitely very strong. So maybe we should try to use another battery and see if we get a nice bright light. And look at that. That is so much brighter. But what if I added two lights to it? Awesome! That's pretty bright. Notice we're creating like our own little holiday lights here. So of course we can have some fun with everything. So we have that tape and we have all of these spare lights, and I just love having some fun and going to like dollar stores and getting me things. So I found these little trees, and we can take our homemade lights and we can poke them in through our holes right here, and then we can create our own circuit. And we have a little holiday tree. So it's my favorite part of the episode. It's when we phone a science enthusiast, and I have the perfect person to call right now. Okay, it's ringing. Hello?
Hello?
Hello! Guess who it is, everybody? It's Mrs. Hayes. How are you?
I'm so excited to be on your show.
Tell us a little bit more about who you are and what you do and where you're from.
Well, I'm Mrs. Hayes, and I teach second grade. I'm from Hilliard, Ohio. I teach in the District of Hilliard.
Woohoo! Mrs. Hayes, tell me, what is one of your favorite science activities that you get to do with your second graders?
I think I love the force and motion, but then there's weather, and there's so many great experiments with weather. I can't decide. They're both, I just love science.
Awesome. I know, because you're a science enthusiast and you make all of your students love science. I love it. And I love when you do science with your students. So we do have the holidays coming up. Do you have any traditions that you normally do every year? Even if it's something that might be new this year, I guess, because everything's a little different.
Well, we usually play a game of spoons, which can be very hazardous because I like to dive for things and ask for forgiveness later. But we'll probably play a lot of board games because we're just staying in, snuggling, and having fun together.
Oh, that's nice. And being safe. Perfect. Definitely important to be safe. Before I say goodbye to you, Mrs. Hayes, do you have any shout outs? Anyone you want to say hello to?
Well, I'll shout out to my two daughters, Abby and Maddie, and then I have a class of kids of 25 that are pretty amazing kids. I'm one lucky teacher, so I'm shouting out to all my kiddos in Online Academy in my class.
Yay! Thank you so much, Mrs. Hayes, for answering the phone. I'm so excited you're a science enthusiast. I'm so happy that you share science with so many people and they can fall in love with science. And I hope that you have a beautiful holiday and a wonderful, restful vacation.
Thank you. You too, friends.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching this episode of Sneak in Some Science with Miss Mercury. Remember to always be your best self. Practice science as often as you can every day. I'll catch you later. Bye. Let's try that again. All right. So you can put your batteries So let's get a little creative and have a little bit of fun. I know that seems weird, fun electricity. It's not that, scratch. So let's get a little creative with, still can't really get creative. So we are not going to be using our outlets. No way. I'll catch you later. Bye. And I did my fingers wrong. These are all bloopers now. One of those has to be right.